Hey everyone, welcome back. And today I'm here with the int stacker build update. I didn't show acts because I was basically using Winter Orb in acts just to level. I saw a video on leveling with Winter Orb by Zizarian, I think, and yeah, it was pretty smooth. But it wasn't the thing that I really wanted to highlight, and I did a full respec afterwards, like pretty much completely had to respec my entire tree, which wasn't really ideal, but yeah. So this build, first of all, I want to say it's cost me a bomb, and I wouldn't really recommend it. It just costs too much for what it gives back. However, it is super smooth. It's really nice to play, and yeah, currently my investment is about, I think I would say about 100x, but it's something like that. Well, excluding the Headhunter. Um, so yeah, let me just cover some things over here and I'll show you guys a map preview. The one thing that I really want to change right now is my gloves. Other than that, my other gear is hard to replace unless I invest a lot of currency. So I am planning to basically min-max the build. So I'm going to be slowly upgrading each thing. And the update videos for this build are going to be a little slow because it's obviously going to take time to farm up the currency to change things and then show you guys the difference and things like that. So currently we are level 82. I just finished Axe yesterday and I really wanted to get level 80 because I could then use all the stuff that I needed to. And yeah, so we have 100% accuracy, which is really nice. That was pretty hard to get. And yeah, let's cover everything and then I will show you guys the build in action. And if you want to skip to that, I'll leave a timestamp in the description, or you'll see it on the video. You could skip to when the gameplay starts. But yeah, let's get into it. First of all, we have this wand. Now, this wand is actually extremely expensive, and I did not expect this. But what I had to do, I had to buy some random wand. I think it had the good prefixes, right? So it had T3 flat lightning. It had the other prefix, which is the int one, which is the expensive part of it. And then we have flat fire, which is, it's not ideal, but, it was on there. And we had really bad suffixes. So what I did prefixes cannot be changed. I veil chaos it, and I unveiled the crit chance and quality, which is extremely good for this build. And then I crafted attack speed. Now I still need to exalt craft this one. This is the attack speed with alterations. The exalt roll gives like 11 to 13%, which I do need to do. And I still need to enchant this weapon on top of that. And if you're wondering about the fire res, I actually slammed that on the item with an exalt. I was hoping to get something else. We hit fire res, so I was like, whatever. And we actually need the fire res right now, which is really troll. And guys, something really strange happened. I actually ended up triple balancing with this build, which is really strange. And the reason I'm not using Wise Oak is because Dying Sun adds 50 fire res, and then the Wise Oak becomes not as good anymore. And we really do want Dying Sun, so yeah, it's a bit of a tragedy, but yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna fix my res, guys, because it was really hard to get this resist on my build that I'll show you in a minute. All right, so next up we will go into the helmet. So basically how we made this, we got a Hubris circlet with power siphon fires 2 additional projectiles at minimum eye level 86. And then what we did after that was perfect fossil it to 29% quality. And then what I did was I Warlord Exalt slammed it, then I ult spammed Power Charge, and then I got a clean Hunter helmet with just increased int, and then I woke up this helmet. We got really lucky, we hit Intelligence, and we also got to craft some ES, and it still has an open prefix, so we could slam it, but for now I'm just going to leave it. But yeah, I do plan on Exalt slamming this helmet later, just for the fun of it, because why not? And yeah, this is a pretty decent helmet. It's not insane. Could have rolled, I don't know, T1 ES or something, but it is what it is, you know. So yeah, and we could very easily slam like T1 flat ES on here, if you get really lucky. But yeah, that's a bit too much hoping going on there. And next up, we've got the Azuri's Reflection. Now, someone actually tried to scam me for this. I went in and there was a really good roll one for 0.5x cheaper than the normal price. So I was like, this guy might be quitting the league. He might want to just, sell all his items quickly and, just quickly get currency so he can move on and do his final build of the league or something. But yeah, this guy, he put in a series mirror, which is like 1C, and he thought I was gonna fall for the troll scam. But yeah, just be aware, guys. If you try and buy an series reflection, there are scammers. So just make sure you read the item properly and be careful of that one. And next off, we've got an amulet here. Now, I really want to upgrade this amulet soon, but for now, we're going to be keeping it because it does the job. So this gives the increased attributes, the intelligence, the spell damage, which is really important for us, and then we crafted ES. Now, if I feel like I need more damage, we're going to craft some flat lightning on this, but other than that, it's okay. The reason I want to change it is because there's just so much better you can get on an amulet. Like, you can get increased damage per int, or you can get increased damage per power charge and stuff like that. I know it's really expensive, but that's something that I would really like on this build. So I'm probably going to be upgrading this. And amulet is like one of the hugest damage increases we can get in the entire build. So I really do want to invest in a good amulet here. Next off, we have a Val Regalia with some increased int, 700 ES almost, which is super nice, and it gives fire res. I got really lucky with this chest piece. I was able to buy this for 5x when the actual value of it was like 10x, and it's 6 linked as well. And there was worse ones on the market for 8x that weren't 6 linked. So I got really lucky with this, and I'm really glad I was able to get it. Next off, we've got a ring over here. And yeah, this ring is pretty nice. Now you're probably wondering, oh, this must have been like 15x ring. It's got triple 40 res and T1 in and everything. And is it T1 in? I'm not even sure. It's T2 int. Sorry, my bad. So yeah, this was only 2x. And it has ES on it as well. Now there was only one like this on the market, so yeah, I think I was also quite lucky to get this. But right now the market is super dead, so there's a lot of like gems lying around on the market. So yeah, and they're not selling, of course, because people, not playing the league that much. So yeah, the next thing we have is an Ellie weakness ring over here, and yeah, I bought this base for 1x, and then I spammed a couple of essences on the spy essences to get int. And we eventually hit something like this. Now, it's kind of trash still, but it does the job for now. As you can see, we rolled a lot of res, we rolled int, and we got lightning damage to attacks as a craft. I'm not sure. I'm probably going to keep rolling this ring afterwards to get something better. But for now, this is, it does the job. Then we got these trash gloves that I have. These are really bad. But, for now, I'm just using them. I got the base for like, I don't know, 25C. And then what I did was I essence spammed it with the lightning res essence, and I hit like T4 int or something, or T3 int, and then crafted some ES and just using it because yeah, I need resist, guys, and that's the problem with this build. Otherwise, I'd probably use like I don't know, like a Thunder Fist or something, but I don't know. Of course, we have Headhunter, but you do not need Headhunter on this build. The only reason I've got it on for this showcase is because I've built around having the Strength Index on my Headhunter, so it's really, really hard to not use it in the showcase. And I don't really have another belt that just has Strength Index. But yeah, like the build definitely works for that Headhunter. I promise you that. Like the amount of invest we have, it's fine. And if you're wondering what belt to use instead of Headhunter, you probably want to use an Oxium. If you use an Oxium, you get Mana Leech and you can ditch Mind Drinker, so it saves you 2 points on the tree as well. So it's really, really good. I think Oxium gives so much more damage than Headhunter. So like in terms of bossing, because obviously if you fight like a Conqueror, you're not gonna have Headhunter stacks unless you have it from the map, or if you fight Cyrus, you're not gonna have Headhunter stacks at all. So yeah, and also with Headhunter, you're kind of gambling on what mods you have. Sometimes you won't even have a mod that will benefit your build, so you have to keep that in mind as well. And then finally, we have some boots over here. These ones aren't that insane. But basically, guys, I was running out of currency at this point, and I couldn't buy the boots I wanted, which were like 30 exalts. They had like elevated tailwind, elevated onslaught, and making them was about 22 to 23x, which was still too expensive for me at the time. So I snatched these for 13x. And the reason why I paid that much for something that doesn't look that good is because it has int on it. And it has int, it has tailwind, it has elusive, and it has, it doesn't have 30 move speed, but it's still pretty good for what it is. And the market is super dead right now in terms of like how many are actually on the market and how many are actually coming up on the market as well. So eventually, of course, I'm planning to make myself a way better boots. And since I'm not relying on any resists, it's going to be so easy to change these boots to a much better one. So yeah, the idea is to get elevated tailwind, elevated onslaught, and also get some int and some 25 to 30 move speed. I'll be pretty happy with those boots, but they are going to cost me about 25x to make, and that's if I don't get unlucky. So yeah, it's a bit questionable. But yeah, that's what I'm going to be working towards there. So boots and amulet are like my highest priority, and of course, okay, my first priority is gloves, but I'm not entirely sure what to do there. Okay, I'm going to quickly talk over the flasks, and then we'll get onto the tree, and then I'll show you guys a map showcase. So we're currently using silver flask with attack speed, and when you hit a rare or unique enemy, I feel like I don't really need onslaught unless it's on like a rare or unique enemy. Yeah, it's nice to have in general mapping, but I like to keep it for the boss. And the thing is, my attack speed is not great as an occultist, so having that onslaught when you're power siphoning feels really good because you don't feel as locked in the animation. So yeah, that's the reason we have that, and then we also have attack speed during flask effect. And I probably might change this to anti-bleed, but yeah, I'm not sure. Because basically I have a corrupted blood jewel right now, but yeah, getting bled is still a problem. So yeah, of course, you can still get bled even though you have CB immunity because bleed is separate to corrupted blood. So next off, we have our highest damaging flask here, and even after the nerfs, this is still very powerful for our build. This buffs our power siphon damage quite a lot, and we obviously put this on a rare unique enemy. Then we have a diamond flask. Now, this is really good even after the nerfs because basically we don't have 100% crit on this build, and this gives us a lot of crit. And we have anti-freeze because we don't have freeze immunity or ailment immunity of the sort. And next we have adrenaline quicksilver. We just don't press any flasks here, we just let it go, and overflowing chalice to fill up the rest of them. So yeah, that is the flask situation, and I actually don't press any flasks in my gameplay apart from a diamond flask when I'm fighting a boss. So yeah, it's pretty good. I don't need to worry about a life flask. I have our discipline for my life flask pretty much. And yeah. Okay, so what are we missing on this build? Well, currently we're missing a lot of damage. We're missing Transcendent Flesh, which is about, I think it's 52 multi or 54 multi, something like that, which is a huge amount of damage. We're missing Throat Seeker. We're missing Arcing Blows. And we're also missing something else. I can't remember exactly. Oh yeah, we're missing Assassination. So as you can see, we are missing a lot of damage. And yeah, the rest of my points on my tree are just pure damage. So it's looking pretty good. So the reason why I went for all the cluster jewel first before like all those core damage points is because I really need these two jewels to be in. I need strength for this one, and I really need corrupted blood because we clear a lot and really fast. And if we don't have corrupted blood, it feels really bad. We didn't take Zealot's Oath because we have no life regen whatsoever. We take Ghost Reaver, and we have a Watcher's Eye that gives us Discipline, yes, and we got a nice one that has Wrath Pen as well. Now, this one wasn't actually that expensive, so It was expensive, but in the sense where I didn't have to pay that much extra for the Wrath mod, which is super nice. So basically this watches eye on a completely plain discipline one, right? With 28 or like 20 to 30 discipline enemy hit, that is 10.5x, I believe. And I only had to pay like 12 or 13x for the Wrath mods as well. So it's pretty good. But I will remind you that this was like severely underpriced because the next one on the market with the same mods as this was 18x. So I don't know what was happening there, but yeah. We have a really good thread of hope here, which gives us some really good points. It's really good. You kind of don't want to be missing out on this. We have minus 12 here because we have enough resist to afford to get like a cheaper one. And yeah, I don't know. There's not too much to cover. We take the power charges. Our cluster gives us some res as well. We get 15 all res here. We get some attack damage leech, which will help with Ghost Reaver. And we have martial prowess for some accuracy, attack speed, damage, everything. And we have repeater, eye to eye, just for a bunch of damage. Pressure points, quick getaway for even more damage. And yeah, so my current plans, obviously, my first priority is to take Assassination, and then to take Throat Seeker or the Transcendent thingy. They both give a very similar amount of damage because it's around the same amount of multi altogether. And then what else? We also want to be taking the Prodigal Perfection, which is pretty good. And yeah, I mean that's pretty much it, guys. I don't want to cover the map too, the tree too long. I guess I'll cover the Ascendancy lastly. We take Val Bastion to get the stun immunity and some quality of life. We get Forbidden Power for power charge and stats per power charge. Profane Bloom. Now this is actually so good, and you'll see why. The explosions are actually amazing. I did not expect them to be that good. But yeah, I'm really happy with that. And Malediction, so we can apply 2 curses on the bosses, and we get what's it called? We get 10% reduced damage and 10%, and enemies take 10% increased damage. So that's really good. So yeah, let me show you guys a map real quick on the Ashenwood over here. So this is a T16, and I will say that you're probably gonna be annoyed about Headhunter because I'm gonna steal a lot of mods here. But overall, I don't know. I can't really show you guys a showcase without Headhunter, but I can promise you that it will work without Headhunter, without a doubt in my mind. So yeah, because the damage on PoB is more than enough for your build to be doing, especially if you have Oxium, your damage is going to be even better than this. So yeah. So far, I've actually really been enjoying this build. I've missed this type of build for a really long time. Actually, I'll do Harvest later because it's a bit slow. And showing you guys the build is not really good in Harvest. But yeah, originally I love to play bow builds and stuff like that. And this does feel like a bow build, and it's really nice. So yeah, currently my res damage isn't great on Kinetic Blast, but do remember it's on a 4 link and I'm missing a ton of damage. But yeah, sometimes I do have to power siphon a rare if it's really tanky, but usually it's okay. And if you have Oxium, then your damage will be fine against rares, I believe. I don't know, that build gives so much damage, it's actually insane. And it gives you additional, I guess it might not give you 2 points if you have to invest it into other like strength and dex and stuff like that because you don't have HH. But yeah, overall, yeah, I've just been really enjoying it. Let me show you the boss. I don't know where he is though. I don't know, the map boss here is really weird to find him sometimes. He should be somewhere here though. Okay, there we go. So we put Arcanist Brand down and then we just go like this. And we pretty much just face tank them because we're really tanky. Well, actually, we're not really tanky, but we're tanky enough because we have the ES on here to just face tank monsters. So as you can see, 0 monsters remaining, which is really good. And I'll quickly show you guys a expedition. So yeah, I will be giving you guys another update once I you know, fix the build a little bit, get some more levels, and get some new gear and stuff like that. Maybe I'll show you guys like Osiris or Conquerors, stuff like that. So yeah, I'll let you guys know. But here is the Expedition Showcase. Now, the thing is, we do need a bit of ramp with the power charges, but once we get that, we are good to go. Because yeah, our damage is not great until we have power charges. And I will say that with a lot of Expedition rares, they're really tanky, so you're going to have to power siphon them. And that's just how it is, sadly. But yeah, and it can definitely get rippy if you're not careful or you choose really bad mods. But yeah, as you can see, if you see my my ES, we're actually not really in threat at all. And I didn't have very much Headhunter stacks there, and I was still completely fine. So yeah, that is the build showcase. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe and all that stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.